Hello buddy and welcome to episode 11 of Bearsville. In today's episode we're gonna work on three main things, and the first thing we're gonna do is this oil field over here, which I'm starting off with. And we'll also be putting down a custom water tower that was created by ThatEvan. And last but not least, we will be doing the town of Lance River, which is a town that was featured in a story from the episode where we made the fire station, which I believe is episode 6. So we'll be creating that town, more info on that later on. But as I said, we're starting off with this oil field over here. So this was something I wanted to do, and there's also been some people that have suggested that I should do oil fields. So I decided to do this, and I think it turned out pretty good. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. But I'm basically putting down a lot of these gravel roads over here with some of these plots where I will be putting the oil pumps. But yeah, so anyways, I think I should sort of talk about this, and that is actually, in case you watched like the last episode, I think, I talked a little bit about that this series is sort of coming to an end pretty soon, and I was saying that we kind of have like 3 to 4 more episodes left. But when I started to make this episode, my plan was to have this episode 11 be about the oil fields, and then like episode 12 be about the custom water tower, and maybe episode 13 be about the town of Lance River. So that was sort of the plans I had in my head. But when I built this, the time lapse of this oil field turned out to be I didn't really get too much footage, definitely not enough to create a whole episode about this oil field. So I decided to create or put down the water tower as well in today's episode, and then I managed to create Lance River as well. And this time lapse is actually a little bit shorter than usual as well. So I managed to create all of those 3 things, and now what that means is that this will actually be the last real episode of Bearsville, and by real I mean with time lapse and live gameplay and commentary and stuff like that. So this is actually the last real episode of Bearsville. I didn't really expect this. I thought we were gonna go on with as I said, 3 more episodes, something like that. But this project just came to, I just completed it much quicker than I thought. So yeah, this is the last episode, and but don't worry, I will have some more videos around this project. I'm planning on doing a cinematic showcase video with just cinematics and music. That sort of showcases all of the town of Berrysville and everything we have done. And then I'm also planning a video where I put together all of these stories that has been featured for this project, because as you probably know, I've sort of read all of these stories in every episode. So I'll be just taking all of those clips from every episode and putting it to one video where you can just watch and listen to all of these stories. And there will of course be cinematics to that. But those 2 videos is what I've planned after this one. But I wanted to also say that you guys can suggest other special videos if you have any ideas for that, that you want to see around Berrysville. But I just wanted to let you know that this is gonna be the last real episode with time-lapse and live gameplay and stuff like that. Or maybe we'll do something with live gameplay if you have any suggestions on that. But yeah, we'll have live gameplay in today's episode as well. But yeah, so last episode of Berrysville. But I also, now you might be wondering, I did do quite a lot of stuff off camera. But what I did off camera is basically just residential expansion. So just putting down a lot of residential buildings, and yeah, just expanding the town, because I've shown that before in videos, and it's not the most exciting thing to watch, and I wouldn't really just want to see the same thing being built over and over again for 20 minutes. So that's why I've done a lot of that off camera, and that's also allowed me to just complete the whole town now. So yeah, all of the residential areas and stuff is done, which I will be showing you in the live gameplay after this time lapse. So yeah, this is kind of weird for me because I haven't actually finished a project before, and it's actually pretty cool to to have finished this project and like totally completed the town. At least with everything I wanted to do, and you know, I could have gone on and like continued and made other towns and stuff on this map, but I felt like I wanted to sort of end this project at its peak, I guess, if that makes sense. Because in my opinion, I feel like this project is at its peak. Maybe not regarding like views and likes and stuff, but in my opinion, like how it's all turning out, I think it's like at the best now. Because we have like all of the abandoned motels, we have the gas stations, we have like more custom assets, the you drop-in cafe, you know, everything. And I feel like the project is just at its peak, and I sort of want to end it at that and not really go on and try to create other things. And I don't know, I felt like this is the right time to end the project. And yeah, I hope this didn't come too much as a surprise, because I talked about it in the last episode as well, but I said that we were gonna have like 3 episodes, but it turned out a little bit less than that. Miss Martha Dixon was a World War II veteran, and after returning home, she started her little Route 66 motel. Martha had a booming business, but others were also taking note of this location. Cartel members bought her motel out as a safe house for all their illegal dealings, but kept some parts of the motel running as usual. In 1974, the Mexican cartel moved a big load through the border and into this motel building. But the US Marshals, FBI, and local police had a standoff with the cartel in the parking lot near a gray van. A gunfight occurred and many police and cartel members were shot, including some people at the motel. After the gunfight, locals say the building is a center of crime and poverty. There's also a rumor that there is still pretty crimes, but also some serious. Later, the Bearsville Town Council bought out the building, but now it has been sold back to some shady people. The Route 66 motel was once a booming, prosperous motel that many would trust to stay at overnight, but now it was rotten, broken down, and now another revealing revelation. A place to go if you want to be stabbed, robbed, or confronted by homeless people. Chips isn't a type of brand of chips, but rather a small snack bar in Berrysville. This building dates all the way back before the Cold War, where school kids would leave school and head to the place and get a snack or even a soda. This place was seen as a happy place, and how it survived for 70 years is truly unknown. The little bar expanded an indoor area and its new architecture in the 70s, which benefited the store as more and more people came there. Even the mayor of Dallas County visited the place in the late 70s. When Route 66 closed and was replaced with a highway, this didn't affect the business as of it prospering on a small town goodness. However, the snack bar took a blow during 2010 when a drunk man was shot in the leg when he was threatening the store manager with a knife, but he made a full recovery and business resumed to normal. To this day, this small snack bar is popular among the town and many memories to the oldest of residents. Thank you so much to That One Amusement for creating the story for the motel. And also thank you so much to Ben Shapperson for creating the story for the Chips snack bar. I really appreciate those stories, and let's get back into the time-lapse. I'm putting down this road going through here, and I don't know if this like is totally realistic, but I saw, because I took a lot of inspiration from oil fields around Shamrock in real life. Yeah, especially in Texas. That's my inspiration for this. But I saw that they had like fences and stuff around the oil fields. So I wanted to have like this road here with a fence on every on both sides of the road, and at first I sort of thought it looked a little bit weird, but then when I put down some like bushes and trees and what I'm doing here, I thought it like started to look a little bit better. This like road going through here with fences, and I think I'm definitely gonna keep this, or well, yeah, I'll definitely keep it because I like how it turned out, and plus this is also the last episode. But I think it looks pretty nice. So yeah, but as I said, taking a lot of inspiration from areas in Texas, and like there are some oil fields around Shamrock as well. So, and I didn't really want to make it like a huge oil field area, I guess. I wanted to keep it a little bit small so it sort of matched well with the town and the areas around. Because, yeah, I mean, oil fields are pretty big, but I felt like this was a good size, and I'll showcase the size a little bit later on in the live gameplay, but you can sort of see it here, and just putting down a lot of, like, trees, sort of sparsely. Yeah, sparsely is the right word, I think. But yeah, just putting that down. But anyways, now we're getting into this custom water tower by ThatEvan. So he asked me, I think it was like some months ago, I guess, if I guess I wanted a custom water tower for Berrysville, and of course I wanted that, because super cool and super nice addition to the skyline. Because in case you don't know, there's a water tower in Shamrock, which is the inspiration for this town, and he made it pretty much look like exactly the same as the one in Shamrock, just that it says Berrysville instead of Shamrock. So that's super cool, and I'm very thankful that he wanted to do that, and thanks a lot to ThatEvan, and I think you'll be able to download it when this video comes up, so make sure to look in the description for that. And well, talking about I guess downloading stuff from the workshop, this is sort of a good segue into some other notes I had. So I know a lot of people have been asking for the collection of this project, and I haven't actually had it published like pretty much for the whole project, but it will be published when this episode goes out. So if you go down to the description, you'll find a link to the collection, which has all of the assets and mods I've been using for this project. And I mean, there's like two reasons why I released it. First of all, a lot of people have been asking for it, and I wanted to release it just because, you know, it's good for people, and as I said, they've been asking for it. And also, I will be releasing the save game, so I mean, it's necessary to have the collection for that. So yeah, I will be releasing. God, I can't talk. I will be releasing the save game for Bearsville, so you'll be able to go in there and play for yourself, or maybe just look around, whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll release it. No, I don't think so. It won't be released by this episode, but it'll be released eventually, like with the other like special videos and stuff. You'll know when you'll be able to download it, but I won't really have time to release it when this episode goes out, because I'll be out of town when this video comes up. So, but you will be able to get into the save game eventually, probably like in a few weeks. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks, something like that, when this video comes up. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I wanted to like really release the save game for this, because a lot of people have obviously been like contributing to this series with stories and stuff, and I just felt like it was like pretty obvious that I should release the save game so people can just go in and look, because this is like a very community-based city, or well, town I should say, because of all the stories and suggestions and stuff from viewers. So I only thought it made sense to release the save game, and yeah, and so the collection will be up by this video, and the save game will be up eventually. Anyways, I should probably talk a little bit about what we're doing on screen here. So I'm putting down some of these piles and like scrap and stuff, because I wanted to do that, just put down like a burnt down house. Because in case you don't know about the Lance River, which is a town suggested in episode 6, I think, it's pretty much about like the city, or Bearsville, got like a fire, and all of those houses in that small little town, which is outside of Bearsville, burnt down, and now there's like only ruins left of them. So I just wanted to get like a small taste when I created that house there in Bearsville, before I went on and made the Lance River town, which you'll see in a few minutes, I think. But yeah, so I think that was sort of cool. I had like a scrapped car as well. But yeah, anyways, this time lapse is going very quick. I have so much things to say. But yeah, I'm making this little farm over here with just some bushes and this barn by Beard Monkey, which I've used before. So yeah, just putting that down there, and yeah, so I wanted to also ask you guys about suggestions for new projects on my channel. So I don't think there will be any new Toulouse videos in 2018. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get any up, on the channel, but I will definitely be making or putting up more new Toulouse videos in 2019. That's my plan, so stay tuned for that. But I want to like focus on new Toulouse for a little bit and then perhaps start something new. So I wanted to ask you guys if you have any suggestions for like projects you want to see on my channel. So feel free to suggest whatever ideas you have. I don't really have like anything I'm super like, or well, something that I've been thinking of a lot that I want to do. I don't really have that, so I'm very open to your ideas, and I'm very interested to see what you sort of want me to create on this channel. So make sure to give me some suggestions for what you want to see. And yeah, so now we're getting into this this final thing here, and I've been talking for 15 minutes straight, pretty much. So yeah, I guess there won't be any music for this episode, or well, for the time lapse. But yeah, we're getting into Lance River now, which is pretty much 4 of these plots with burnt down scrap and piles. So this was suggested by Ben Shaprison, I think, which is the guy that also suggested the story for the volunteer gas station in Berrysville. So this story pretty much goes that the town of Bearsville got like a fire, and it sort of burnt down quite a lot of buildings in Berrysville, and also totally ruined this town, which is called Lance River, which is what I'm doing here on screen. So I wanted to put down like all of these piles and scrap and stuff, and just make it look like a abandoned town that was burnt down, and people had to like flee from there or move to like Berrysville or something. And I thought this was like a really cool suggestion when he suggested it for that episode. So this is something I've been planning on doing, but I think it turned out great. I didn't really want to make it too big, because I mean, I just sort of felt like this size was good for this area, because Bearsville is not that big, so I didn't really want to create this town very big either. So it has like these 4 plots, which pretty much will be Lance River. But yeah, I put some like asphalt decals, and I also put one of those like scrapped cars by Beard Monkey, which I am sort of imagining that it would like look like a burnt down car instead. And I just like kind of left it on one of those plots outside of the houses, and I also put like some mailboxes to just make it look like even more creepy, with like just mailboxes standing there, and you see the whole just house in ruins. I sort of thought that looked kind of cool, but still sort of scary. You can see I'm placing down those mailboxes, and also like placing down this car here, which I talked about, which I think turned out pretty cool, just like the car standing there. But we're gonna get into the live gameplay now. Now this is pretty much the final version of Bearsville, so I wanted to go ahead and show you some overviews, and yeah, just show you a little bit of Bearsville, the final version. So this is how it looks from above, and don't mind these like churches over here. For some reason, they're like both of these 2 churches have some weird LOD issues. So yeah, just don't mind that. And also, if you hear my keyboard, if you hear, or if you think it's a bit loud, it's because I actually bought a new one. So this is like half mechanical, sort of. So it might sound more, but yeah. Anyways, so this is the overview of Bearsville, and yeah, it's not that big. It's just meant to be like a smaller Texas town, as you probably know at this point. And this was my plan. Like my plan was to have the town be this size, and yeah, I think it turned out great. I really like the layouts. I think it looks really natural, and these towns, especially Shamrock, that is, they pretty much have these just grids. So I think this layout turned out pretty realistic, and this main street here with these shops we made, they are pretty much in the like center of the town. So that's also something I wanted to have. But yeah, I guess we could start off what we did in today's episode. So we did this oil field, which is located right over here, well, on the other side of the highway here. There's a truck stop, or truck wash, and the airfield there, and that big farm. And here are the oil fields we did, and this sort of looks a little bit weird from above, but they actually kind of look like this in real life, and you know, I could have made it bigger, but I don't know, I could have like made it way bigger than this, like 4 of these plots with oil fields. I could have done that, but I decided to keep it like a little bit smaller, the size of this, and I think it still turned out pretty nice. And I put some fences around here. Don't really know why, but I noticed that there were like fences in real life around these oil fields, but probably not like this because they're usually much larger. But yeah, anyway, so this is the overview. We have this road running through, which I think turned out pretty alright in the end. It looks definitely a little bit weird from above having this road here, but I think it looks better when you zoom in and look at it from this like view here. So I kind of like that. And the oil stands, the oil pumps, these plots over here, they're pretty simple. You know, it's just the oil pump and some of these tanks or silos or whatever, and just put a few pipes there for, I don't know. I don't know too much about this. I'm just trying to make it look a little bit, I guess, reasonable. But yeah, so we have this national road here, which has the textures by Press that he put up, that new Roads United pack, and I really like the look of this national road. It looks super nice. The textures are just incredible. But yeah, so this goes over here, and I also put this sign here, like oil drilling ahead, and I found that sign in the workshop, so I thought it would fit pretty nice. So yeah, that's the location of this, and it's pretty much over here. So we have the truck wash over here. And yeah, this like 4-lane road sort of transitions into this national road. We just have like 2 lanes, but I made this transition on both this side and the other side. It's pretty much the same, and I think it kind of works. You know, I think it looks pretty good, and they seem to use it pretty normal as well. But yeah, so if we follow this road down here, we go over the freeway. And I really like how this like turns out when you make a bridge, because this is exactly how it looks in real life as well. Like the bridges over the highway look exactly like this, like the texture changes a little bit to like concrete instead of asphalt. So it's really nice how that looks. And I also love these textures on the highway, which is also by Press, or the Roads United pack he did. So really like those textures. But yeah, then we just continue on into the town here with all of this stuff that you've probably seen. And I think I might actually change the position of the sun here. I kind of like a little bit more when the shadows are on this side and we're sort of facing the sun instead. It just gives it like a better look. So yeah, we just go through here, and this main street just like goes straight through the whole town. And then we come to this like where all the shops and stuff are. So pretty nice, which we did in episode 6, I think. But then we get to the other thing we did in this time lapse, well, in this episode, and that is this custom water tower, which is super nice. It says Berrysville here on it, and the guy who made it, it's called ThatEvan. You've probably already heard of him. He has some awesome stuff in the workshop, and he asked me if I wanted to have a custom water tower for Bearsville, and of course I want that. Super nice. It's so cool. It just added so much to this skyline here. Like it looks like pretty much real Shamrock now, and I think it just looks great. And thank you so much to ThatEvan for creating this, and love the fact that it just says Bearsville here, and yeah, super cool asset. But then yeah, we made that, so I made this like plot underneath it here, which looks pretty cool. And then we just continue down here, and you can see all of the expansion I've done with all of these houses here. I just did all of this off camera just to like finish up the town, so we could get more progress, because you've seen this before. I've done like residential areas on camera, so decided to do a lot of this just off camera so we could get some good progress, and that's why we were able to finish this project in today's episode as well. So I think I did like from this church here, like pretty much all of this here, yeah, all of this down here, and then some more up here and all of these edges as well. I put some houses, so the transition from like just open land like this to the town is a little bit more smooth when you have houses on the other sides of these roads. Otherwise it just looks a little bit unnatural. So yeah, but did a lot of expansion. And yeah, you also saw this farm I did in the time lapse with like these bushes I put down here, which are which I tried to like make them look like they're growing something here, or I don't know. But then I put this house as well next to this barn, and I kind of like this farm. Put this for sale sign over there because maybe these people are selling their farm to someone. So yeah, just wanted to get like a smaller, another detail just in here, so decided to put that there. And it also sort of makes it a little bit easier to see where this entrance into the farm is when this one is right here. So that's sort of the reason why I put that there. Then just a lonely house there. And then we have this sort of same transition from this 4-lane road to the national road, which I just copied from the other side. And I should disable the option for parking there, because that looked really weird. But then we just continue more down this road, and we cross these amazing new train tracks by Ronix, Revo, and I can't remember like if there were any more people that were involved in these new train tracks. But yeah, they look incredible, and I just had to replace the train tracks in Bearsville. Even though we haven't done anything with trains in this series, I wanted to replace them because we still have this crossing over here. And it looks really cool. I don't know why this crossing goes like really far out. I think they just usually start like right there, and same on this side. But for some reason this goes really far out from the road. I don't know. Well, anyways, yeah. So we continue down here, and here is the entrance to the abandoned town of Lance River. So I really like how this turned out. This was such a good idea by Ben Shepardson. Because the story goes, I think I've said this in the time lapse actually, but I'll just repeat it just in case. Like the story pretty much goes like it was a big fire in Berrysville, and it's like some houses in Bearsville burnt down, and this like small little area here, which is called Lance River. All of these houses, all of these like 4 houses over here just totally burned down, and the people left, and like either they left this area or they like they left like Berrysville and Lance River and moved somewhere else, or they just moved like into Berrysville. So that was sort of the story, and we have these like abandoned plots over here, which I think is really cool, and like there's just a mailbox standing there. But yeah, I didn't really want to make it too big. I think this is a pretty good size, and I just love that this car is standing here. I thought that was such a cool thing to add. Like I would imagine this car is sort of burnt down, even though it's like scrapped, but we can just imagine that it's burnt down. But yeah, so this is the small little township of Lance River, which I think turned out really cool, and it just looks so nice looking at this here with this national road. I love these textures. Press made a great job on this. And then I put some like power lines here, just sort of to make it look like there was a town here before. I wish there were like some burnt down power lines. That would be really cool. Maybe like some power lines laying down from like a storm or something. That would be really cool for New Toulouse. So yeah, any asset creators want to make some like damaged power lines, that would be super awesome. Anyways, let's take some more looks on Bearsville here, some more overviews. I hope I'm not going too fast, and I hope you're not hearing my keyboard too much, but you probably are, so yeah, excuse that. But yeah, so this is just the overview, and I know a lot of people want to see like massive overviews, so this is the whole town, not town. This is the whole map, and this is the size of the town. So it's pretty small, definitely pretty small. It does not like pretty much a fifth of a tile here is the size of Bearsville. So it's not that huge, pretty small town. But this was my idea with this, just to create like a small town and do like really like really ultra detailing. But yeah, so as I said in the time lapse, we will have like some more special videos for Bearsville. We'll have a video with only cinematics and music that shows off pretty much every single part of this town, so you get a better look at everything. And then, as I said as well, we will have a video that I will put together all of these stories that I've read in every episode, and just put those after each other in order, so you can just watch that video and hear all of these stories for this town. And we will of course have cinematics to that as well. And just once again, if you have any more like ideas for special videos for Berrysville, I'm more than happy to do some more. But this will be the last episode that we build anything for Bearsville with like time-lapse and the usual stuff, so we can call this project complete by this point. So it's been a lot of fun creating this. I think this has been my favorite project I've ever done, and it's been so cool being able to work with some amazing asset creators, for example this motel here, and yeah, it's just been incredible. We have this You Drop In cafe as well, which looks super nice, by KingLeno. So yeah, and of course like the final asset here by ThatEvan, which is super nice as well. So big thanks to both Conno, KingLeno, DieHardHunter, and ThatEvan for creating amazing custom assets for this project. It would definitely not have been as fun and as nice to create this project without those assets and the help of those guys. So massive shout out to you guys, and also thanks to everyone for watching this project and providing awesome stories that we have featured in episodes. So massive thanks to everyone for sticking around and watching all of these videos. I wanted to get like as many people as possible involved in this project, so there's been a lot of opportunity to write stories that I implement in this town. And yeah, so big thanks to everyone just contributing to this project. It's been a lot of fun and I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, this is gonna like pretty much do it for this episode. It feels really weird to finish a project for once, but it's also a good feeling, but it's sort of sad as well. But yeah, I think it's time to end. So we'll be taking a look at a few cinematics now. And as I said, special thanks to all of the amazing asset creators that created stuff for this project, and special thanks as well to all of the people creating stories for this project. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this project and if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, it really helps a lot. And make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel, if you want to see more cool projects, or you want to see some more special videos of Bearsville or New Toulouse, whatever. Make sure to subscribe, and yeah, follow me on Twitter. I post screenshots and all that sort of stuff. But that's gonna do it. So thank you so much for watching this project, and thank you so much for watching this episode, and stay tuned for some special videos. And yeah, until next time, have a great day, and I'll see you. Bye bye.